today's society, the free will of the students is just gone. They are just blindly following what is already done, what their parents expect of them, and what is fancy to do. While the schools are teaching critical thinking for every single subject, students are failing to critically think about what it is they're doing to their own lives. What effect does that have on their careers? Does that make it a happy, healthy, enjoyable one? Or one in which they are constantly complaining about how hard their life has become and how they are constantly under a mental strain and are losing their mental peace altogether. Are all those painful moments really worth it? Yes, maybe you'll land that dream job, but is it really worth sacrificing the best years of your life along the way? While you're watching this, I really want you to pause and think, are you studying whatever it is you're studying because you want to, or is it because that is what everybody else studies? And I'm not talking about any particular stream as such, like, not at all. But whatever stream you might be in, are you happy to be there? Are you enjoying having to sit to study every single day? A couple of months ago, I reread Atomic Habits by James Clear, and some passages from that book really struck me. And to elaborate my points for this video, I will quote some passages from that book. Now, obviously, in the book, James Clear is talking about habit formation, but there are certain things which were mentioned in the book which I personally think are really applicable to our situation as students as well. Because think about it, technically having to sit to study every single day is also a habit that we need to form. I'm going to speak completely as a neutral person, doesn't have to do with whatever stream I am studying in, so please take that out of your mind. Hear me out. With so much pressure laid on the students for pursuing that one particular stream, I personally think that the science stream has actually become pretty saturated and is not producing the quality of outcome that it should. This is happening to the point where the students who are suited for a certain kinds of subject are studying another set of subjects such that it is actually hurting their own performance. I really love this quote from the book which says, "The secret to maximizing your odds of success is to choose the right field of competition. Habits are easier to perform and more satisfying to stick with when they align with your natural inclinations and abilities." Again, as I have talked about in several past videos, the subject which we actually love to study are the ones that we study more and which then inevitably brings us more marks. And I hope you understand that when I say that subjects we love, I tend to mean that the subjects which we find easier than the others. You know, that one subject, when somebody says that is difficult, you find it completely ridiculous because that comes very naturally and easily to you. I'm pretty sure you all have subjects like that. Like for me, it's been English, Bengali, history. I personally still cannot comprehend how people cannot love that subject or those subjects because I just love them. And that is the point I'm trying to make here. And I understand that many of you might say, we want to go the hard way because going the easy way is just like so easy and we're hard workers. But listen, I completely get where you're coming from. But choosing those certain subjects do not actually exempt you from working hard, or actually, as James Clear says in his book, work hard on things that come easy. Frankly speaking, in this whole competitive world that we live in at the moment, if we're unable to find our competitive advantage, then we're in a lot of trouble. We're all looking for the strategies and tips and tricks to boost our performances during the exams. But are we really paying attention to the very basic thing that we all have different strengths and weaknesses, and then that determines what we perform in the exams? For me personally, the subjects that come really easy to me are the ones that have like essay type answers where we have to memorize a lot of information, write longer answers, that kind of thing. I love them. While those kind of subjects are my strengths, the subjects which involve a lot of calculations and numbers are not my thing at all, and I completely recognize that, and I find absolutely no shame in admitting that as well. So the most logical thing for me to do was to have chosen humanities, which I know in and of itself has created a lot of buzz among the people I know, but I genuinely don't care. I probably care too much about my own career to think about all of the comments that people will just make about me and all of that kind of thing. I love the quote which says, When you can't win by being better, you can win by being different. At the end of the day, the very basic point is, what is the point of studying a subject where you will like regularly put up WhatsApp statuses and Instagram stories saying how hard your life has become, how your mental peace is completely destroyed, and all that is left is humiliation, worries, and anxiety? Pointless. It's going to sound bad, I understand, but complaining won't help. Patching up the situation would do no good when you're actually not treating the basic core issue. And look, I'm not any big guru or whatever, but this is common sense. Most of the people I know, at least really most of them, are actually studying certain subjects not because they want to, it is because their parents want them to. And to make the situation worse, they cannot even tell their parents that they are hating being in a stream that they didn't even choose to be in and that they're not enjoying the subjects really. In that case, I really have a question for you. Do you actually blindly accept anything and everything that your parents tell you? Probably no. There are many situations where you're fighting and arguing with your parents for no reason at all. But when the right situation comes, you suddenly become very obedient. Why? And then comes that thing where everyone thinks, oh my god, what will people think if I don't choose that one particular stream that is so prevalent in our society? Well, I understand this is more of a problem with the parents, but actually, don't you think it's kind of ridiculous? The question here is, are we doing anything to counter this belief that there is no future outside of science? My god, the number of students who are actually forced to take up science because the parents think that they will lose their social status otherwise is absolutely wild and crazy. You cannot imagine how many people exist like that. Yes, I understand. Maybe you cannot like go back to the past and change the decisions that you've already taken or the choices you've already made, but the least you can do is to make wiser choices moving forward. And even better, if you can actually encourage another student to make the right choice, the choice that aligns with their own values and wishes. Maybe then we won't have to witness so many students taking their lives out of frustration, out of the pressure that they can't live in. Maybe then we will be able to all be happy and contribute to the advancement of our society. That's probably a very big picture, but I do genuinely think that with the proper efforts and right choices, we can truly make a big difference. I would like to end my argument here with another quote from Atomic Habits, which says, "Pick the right habit and progress is easy. Pick the wrong habit and life is a struggle." And I hope you understand where I'm going with this quote here. So let us pledge to love learning a little bit more today. Take care. Bye.